Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to this Real Doctrine School Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Labert, and you have now entered into a hangout. And this one is entitled, Has Hassan Campbell Been Fighting for Victims of Sexual Abuse / like star Troi Torian honored him for? Now, a lot of people been trying to steal the narrative, dirty up the narrative, and things of that nature. So I'm black like I never left to put the narrative back into the proper position that it's supposed to be. So since people taking it since people taking it back to the beginning, let's take it back to the beginning. Right? We're gonna delete that. So this is the group Trapped in the Culture. This is the documentary that's supposed to be coming out about Africa Bambaataa and everything. So this is one of the better spots to go get this information instead of doing the Google and stuff. It's right here on Facebook. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to go on Facebook. But Trapped in the Culture, August 18, 2017. So it said this Sunday, August the 20th, Star is having an event in Newark and will honor Poppy Hassan Campbell for his diligent work on behalf of abused victims. I haven't seen his work on behalf of abused victims, but if they said he did it, the press can't be wrong, right? This can't be propaganda. This can't be fluffing up a hero that you eventually, look to get some monetary gain off of. This couldn't be that, right? Or could it be? If you can get there, get there. So honoring Hassan, aka Hassan Campbell, aka Poppy, for his fearless voice and his continued effort to fight for victims of sexual abuse. Sunday, August the 20th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this was the address. This is Star's Yahoo account. See, this was Star in the Morning. He changed it from Star Chamber and Shot 97 to Star in the Morning. So he honored this man. He honored this man. Allegedly for his fearless voice and his continual efforts to fight for victims of sexual abuse. Now, how is that an accurate statement title? How is it? Is it fluff propaganda or what? You want to know why I asked that? Well, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Give me one sec. We're gonna get into it. I think it's email time. I didn't want to show the email, but damn it, fuck it. Show the email. Let me show you why me and Hassan been having issues and why me and others have had issues. So now, let's show this forth. Let me pull it down. I asked Star this himself in an email to that same address that I just showed, the hater. Here's the email. And it says, Hassan Campbell stated in his interview with Sarnetta in Bronx River, me, Mickey Benson, and Ahmed was on the phone with Star, trying to get Star to take my video down. Now, to my understanding, he was conspiring with those, and it should have been a W there too at that time, against you and Ron Savage efforts, right? It said his continued efforts of fighting for sexual abused children, right? Or however it read on that flyer banner. Let's read on. And also other victims of Bambaataa at that point, because he was trying to take the credibility of having another witness out there saying that Bambaataa abused them as a child, taking that off the table. He was trying to take it off the table, people. He took it off the table with the video that he put out, then took it off the table. Then when he went to the Zulu Council meeting with Bam, Ahmed, Muhammad Stanley Bell, who he said called a meeting and was waving his finger at Bambaataa while he was crying and confessing and saying what he was going to do, to redeem himself. And he said he wasn't talk about it no more. He was taking his whole testimony off the table. And then when Ron Savage came out with his efforts first to start talking about it, Hassan video stepped up, popped up mysteriously, as he say. He don't know where it came from. And then him, Mickey, Benson, Ice-T's manager, and Ahmed was trying to get the video down. Right? So it said, so I don't know if you know about Hassan being on the phone with Mickey Benson and Ahmed when they was asking you to take that video down. This is me talking to the hater. Show you the address. Star in the morning. Boop, boop, boop. This is his respond back. When he respond back, he CC'd Bully Boys for Life and Why, which is Hassan Campbell. You see that? And Sarnetta. You see that? He CC'd other people into our conversation. Let's get back to the original conversation, right? It said, I believe you made a journalistic error when it should be when dealing with and also giving Hassan an award for his wicked efforts, which those that I just mentioned, the three in which Hassan went back crazy and started talking about having sex with my dead mother and digging her up and pooping in her grave and stuff, transpired. Yes, y'all think, he just started saying these wicked things with Kev Gills about molesting his children hypothetically and stuff. No. He's been talking about doing sexual stuff to people deceased. He's been talking about doing sexual stuff to people, children. And, he's been telling us about what he's seen in a child porn video, in which he watched and gave us details about. So this guy efforts to deal with sexual abuse, most definitely two conversations out there talking about sexual abuse in a dead woman, digging her body up and things of that, sexual abuse. You have to rape. If my mother was alive, he would have to rape her. So that's sexual abuse. And then having sex with a 13-year-old and a 9-month-old or whatever, that would be sexual abuse. And then watching sexual abuse and his efforts in sexual abuse, I don't think he got great efforts when it comes to that. And this subject in which I'm writing to Star about here shows also that, he ain't got beautiful efforts. And Star, as I said, I believe when you made a journalistic error when dealing with and also giving Hassan an award for his wicked efforts, because he was working with Africa Bambaataa Bay and the Zulu Council to cover up Bam pederast, men who love sex and boys behavior, until Pepsi and others labeled him a rat and should have been allegation, label him a rat, or just put allegedly labeling him a rat. So I said that twice, but y'all know how I do it. So then I quoted Dave Wedge article. In the Dave Wedge article, October the 10th, 2016, issue of Vice magazine. After the meeting, Campbell agreed to keep the video off his Facebook page, covering up, and stay quiet, covering up about the accusations, covering up. He said he was embarrassed and just wanted the situation to go away. He also acknowledged he wanted to protect the Zulu Nation. He wanted to protect the Zulu Nation. Are those the efforts that he put forth and was awarded for? The efforts he has continuously pushed since October the 10th, 2016, when he made this statement to Dave Wedge. Let's blow it up a little bit, because I'm looking on the screen. It don't look like y'all can see this stuff. So, what's going on here? Oh, won't let me move. So, what's the question we asking here again? Has Hassan Campbell been fighting for victims of sexual abuse like star Troi Torian honored him for? Has he been doing that? Or has he been hypothetically having people imagining him doing unlawful sexual acts with Kev Gear's children, or imagining the video in which he gives graphic details of a sexual encounter in the child porn video that he watched? Well, what we got? So let's continue on with this. Let me get this in. Well, I can see it. I can't see it. All right. We want to bring it down just a little bit. Okay. So he also acknowledged he wanted to protect the Zulu Nation as well as his own job. He wanted to protect his job as a Zulu warrior, security guard. Now, this is a choice, people, as he said about slavery and everything. This is a choice of his. And his choice was, as he told Dave Wedge, and Dave Wedge reported to us, that's why it's in this, his choice was to agree to keep the video off his Facebook page about being a pederast. He said he was embarrassed and just wanted the situation to go away, not to fight against the pedophiles, the pederasty, the allegations, the accusations that he put forth, Ron Savage put forth, and Khalil Money put forth in being the first to publish an article or something about the Bambaataa being gay and date raping a young man who eventually stabbed him. Right? Why? Because it was putting food on the table for a lot of guys. That was supposed to be his excuse. Well, a lot of guys got raped, but a lot of guys got food put on their table. Well, he was raping for 46 years. How long has he been putting food on these people's table? Or how long has he been putting food on Hassan Campbell's table and helping him take care of his bully dogs and helping him, you know, get well when he gets sick and stuff? Or as he said, he could call Bam and Bam will send him some money today. So we'll leave that for some other time. So it said it was putting food on the table for a lot of guys, Campbell said, of the Zulu entertainment business. Everybody piggyback off Bam. They live off him. He said everybody, including himself, not excluding himself. They get income off of him. They're not going to bite the hand that feed him. They're not going to bite the hand that feed him, right? And he was being fed. He also acknowledged that he didn't want to bite the hand that fed him. That's why he wanted to protect the Zulu nation. So, people, this is one of the first things I brought to Star. As you can see, this is 11/8/17. It's one of the first things I brought to Star. Like I said, he responded back. Then I responded. He responded back. Boom. He sent me this video, time-stamped it. And I just want y'all to hear what it is. If you're able to hear it. It's at the 8-second mark.
Good evening, I'm your host, Star, and this is the Star Chamber. I have on the line with me another alleged victim with regards to Africa Bambaataa and alleged sex claims from the 70s, the 80s, perhaps the 90s, with regards to Africa Bambaataa committing sexual acts upon minors.
So who we have on there? He has Hassan Campbell. The time frame, I got it wrong, and it ain't time stamped. So let me go and get the time off. 8.5 minutes within this. This is the video in which he starts opening up all his videos dealing with Bambaataa and bringing them back to life. So 8 minutes and 5 seconds in. Let's go to the time marker and hear Hassan do exactly what I said. Start acknowledging that he had knowledge that this man in this video in which he sent me at the time marker 8:05 acknowledged that he was on the phone with Mickey Benson and Ahmed Henderson. Start acknowledging that he knew this, had knowledge of this. How long did he have knowledge of this, and when did Hassan tell him this? April 11, 2016. What day was that he was supposed to honor him? What was the date that he was supposed to honor him? Let's see if we can get back on Facebook and get that report. Once again, just trying to show y'all that I got this conversation on lock. People trying to steal the narrative, but you can't steal it from me. You don't know as much as I know. And anything you know, you probably got it from me. You know what I'm saying? So please acknowledge me and let this thing get back into the proper narrative, the way it's supposed to be. Don't hate me. Embrace me. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to steal from me and covet my work and my efforts. You know, try to get your name in the search engine saying Hassan Campbell as much as I have. So you could try to be a part of this. So now this is August the 20th, 2017. So how many months is that? If somebody could please get a calculator and do it for me. I don't want to do all that. Tell me how many months is that from April 11, 2016 to August the 20th, 2017. So that's okay. Let's do it. I got fingers and toes. Let's do some count. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so that's 7 months till you get out of 2016, right? And then August is what? 7. So that's 14 months. He was in the know. 14 months he was in the know that Hassan Campbell was trying to get that video taken down on the phone with Mickey Benson and stuff. And he sent me the evidence stating so. So let's go to 8:05. We're going to go to just 8 minutes and let it play up so you can get some context of what they talking about ahead of time.
But what I will say is, more than enough of them I did. I can't even keep it. Matter of fact, like, part of me was just going to start naming all of them out that I know of. But at the same time, like I said, as a man, it's hard for people to look another man in the face knowing that they've been touched by a man. Okay. You see what I'm saying? This is damaging. It's not easy. So with some of these brothers, I don't really want to, like, destroy them because that's some painful shit to relive, to open up that scab. When I seen that, when I heard that, when Mickey Benson called me,
when Mickey Benson called me, so Mickey Benson is conversating with him, but he got big issues with Mickey Benson now. He hate Mickey Benson now. But Mickey Benson give him a phone call. He accept the phone call. Ahmed Henderson, whom he asked in the video when the video first went up, why you never got me out that room knowing what Bam was doing to me in that room, because Bambaataa and Mickey Benson had an apartment together. Bambaataa and Mickey Benson, I mean, not Mickey Benson, my bad. Hold up. Did I say Mickey Benson the first time? Ahmed Henderson is the roommate of Bambaataa for years. His manager, and the new head of the Zulus, if he ain't been taken down yet. So that's Ahmed Henderson, strike Mickey Benson. Though Mickey Benson and Ahmed was on the phone, you'll hear that when we get to 8:05. We at 8:02 right now. So in the very first video that he made, he asked Ahmed, why didn't you come and get me out that room? Stating that Ahmed was in the presence of this molestation and stuff that Bambaataa was doing. And when you understand that when Bambaataa allegedly date raped the young Hispanic kid, Ahmed Henderson was there that day and also received injuries from the knife. So Ahmed Henderson is around when these things are taking place. Though he may not be participating, though he claim he don't know what's going on, when Bambaataa is alone in rooms with young men, Ahmed Henderson is around. But he claimed to have no knowledge of what goes on. He ain't in the bedroom. He don't know what's going on in the bedroom. But for years, as young people have been molested, young boys been molested by Bambaataa, Ahmed Henderson has been around the scene, even the night of the date rape and stabbing that took place, April the 1st, 2013. Now, we're going to get to that time frame, but I just want to play this.
Open up that scab. When I seen that, when I heard that, when Mickey Benson called me 2 days ago, and matter of fact, I was on the phone when he called you. I was in the background. Okay. When he called you on the phone.
He said when he called me. Now he's saying I was in the background when he called you. So now he just skipped to he called you. So Mickey Benson called him, I guess. Then he called Star. You got to put the two together. The way he talking, he never explains this stuff. Right, but you hear him say, when he called you, I was in the background. Star said, okay. He acknowledges.
Like, destroy them, because that's some painful shit to relive, to open up that scab. When I seen that, when I heard that, when Mickey Benson called me 2 days ago, and matter of fact, I was on the phone when he called you. I was in the background. Okay. When he called you on the phone, and he asked you to take the video down. Yes. Part of me felt like, yeah, I wanted that video. I don't want to relive this shit.
Now that goes into the same agreement that he told Dave Wedge. It was an embarrassment. He didn't want to relive it. He wanted to protect the Zulu Nation, so on and so forth. He's not telling Star that because this is supposed to be his official come out April the 11th, 2013 on, 2016, April 11, 2016. I don't know why the hell I'm getting stuff. I'm not that focused today. So April 11, 2016 was supposed to be its official come out date on the Star Chamber show. This is 3 years after the stabbing of that boy. We asking what happened to him. The young man that stabbed Bambaataa, in which Hassan stated Bambaataa wanted him to kill him due to the hit he put out on him. Hassan being one of the hitmans as well as others. Or Hassan being the only hitman and trying to say there might have been others to get himself out of the See what I'm saying, people? There's been games played with this. And even Star from the Star Report now, he done switched it from every, he done flipped it again from the Star Report, has known of this man's actions of trying to cover this thing up and stuff, yet he took the time and honored him and said that he has been a fearless voice, an advocate in doing things for children of sexual abuse and stuff. He doesn't have a movement that says he's out here doing that, nor has he really been advocating for it, because he said he has been, and that's allegation wise, he has been molested, which I will even say, like I've been said, I believe he was molested for his statutory rape. Statutory rape is when the person that you're sleeping with is underage and they don't have the right to consent to the sexual act, which is technically, legally, child molestation. So I've stated that, and people have tried to take that narrative and not say that he was molested, but he was complicit. And even though he was complicit, he was not over the legal age, so he could not consent. So technically and legally, that's molestation. So stop trying to steal my narrative, my conversation, and dirty up the convo. Whoever you may be, we know who some are. We know who one or two are. Somebody particularly is. But people, as you can see, most can't talk about what I talk about. They're ignorant of it, but they want to go back to the beginning. So we're going to go back to the beginning. And the beginning of this started April the 1st, 2013, when Khalil Money on April the 2nd, 2013, dropped the gay, right? Bambaataa gay. And forget it. I'm going to just play y'all the audio of it. We'll go to Khalil Money's channel right quick. And he reads this stuff. So he dropped the article this year, the 5th year anniversary of it. He dropped the article finally in a video by reading it out loud on his YouTube page, like he do most of his articles, which he just started since I pulled him back out of, you know, out of the hidden, out of the darkness that he was in, the hiding spot he was in. He wasn't really hiding, but you know, he was unseen to a lot of people. Until I brought him back out. Yay, look what I do. Now everybody know about him and want to talk about him and all of that. So let's look listen to the article, and it's entitled Gay and Date Raping 2013 piece, right? So this is the YouTube reading of the article. I know Mr. Money, so I don't think he'll flag me. So we're gonna let Alex, do his thing. Or I do it. It says under the video published on April the 1st, 2018, the 5th year anniversary. On the 5th year anniversary of Africa Bambaataa allegedly being stabbed for date raping a young Spanish man, I present to you the first media piece done on the subject. The article is the flashpoint, the beginning. First published on April the 2nd, 2013, and republished on April the 17th, 2013. This article is the foundation of allhiphop.com's reporting on Star reporting on the subject, called by Hassan Poppy Campbell, celebrity gossip, and called by Star, rumored writings, whatever. This article kicked off the destruction of the Zulu nation, which has not been destroyed yet. But we're going to listen to him now read his article that he published April the 2nd, and the details will be heard. If you haven't heard them or didn't know about them, you can finally get an opportunity to get the information about
my
this
YouTube community is the blog that started the whole Africa Bambaataa situation, the whole Africa Bambaataa fuckery. This is the first blog written before Star blew it up, before all of that was going on, before Hassan Campbell talked, before Ron Savage, before anybody. This is the first thing in the media written about African Bambaataa. Let's go. Africa Bambaataa, gay and date raping? Posted by Khalil Amani, originally on April 1st, 2013, but reposted on April 17th, 2013 at 10:30 a.m. Africa Bambaataa, gay and date raping? As dirty as a project hallway, as stench-filled as the New York subway system, as pissy as a dead-end alley where all manner of licentiousness goes down. Some rumors find legs and walk their way right into our lives, whether we like it or not. Such is the rumor that I've been hearing regarding one of hip-hop's iconic figures for over 3 years. Mind you, this is 2013. So 3 years before he got stabbed, I knew about Bambaataa being gay. If you live any kind of life, you just might have a skeleton or two in your closet. I know I used to until I wrote a book and aired myself out. And no, it wasn't that I had gay relations. The good book says, "For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad." I'll probably lose what little hip-hop and Twitter followers I have for this one. But it's high time someone had the courage to bring one of hip-hop's iconic figures out of the closet. It's just effing time hip-hop came to terms with its gayness. The grapevine, the wire, gossip, hood speak has been whispering about Africa Bambaataa over the years, saying that, allegedly, he is gay and likes young guys / teenage boys. Niggas in New York say it's true, but have kept that ish under wraps. No pun intended, for the sake of rap music. Hip-hop is in denial and has been in denial for over 30 years. From the early days as a leader in the Black Spades gang and the Zulu Nation, it was well known that, allegedly, Africa Bambaataa like guys. If it's a lie, then the hood is lying on him. I ain't making this stuff up. Shit on the man. I'm just a lowly blogger with the scoop. Yes, niggas in New York have been mumbling under their breaths about Bambaata's proclivities for shagging dudes. But because of whom he is to hip-hop, has given him a pass and let sleeping dogs lie. Bambaata's influence on hip-hop, pop culture, coupled with his known street fighting game, has kept the hood from airing him out. Hip-hop / rap has been hell on gays, lyrically speaking. Never wanting the world to know that one of its founders is gayer than a motherfucker. The very mention of homosexuality ruffles these rap niggas' panties, but its founder is gay? As the saying goes, those who protest most are most suspect. Perhaps that's why hip-hop is so homophobic. Hip-hop has something to hide, and that is that the streets are whispering that its founder is one of those gay dudes. Now comes the most damning rumor. That is, Mr. Bambaata was recently stabbed. Why? From what the streets are saying, he allegedly pulled a Rick Ross, slipped some kind of date rape drug in another man's drink, which caused this dude to pass out. When this dude woke up, he found African Bambaata on bended knee, giving him oral copulation, performing fellatio, sucking the young man's dick. This cat put steel blade to Bambaata, I'm being told. More disturbing than Bambaata being secretly gay is the rumor that he's going around date raping niggas. The fuck is happening to hip-hop? Could this be the scandal that brings down hip-hop's homophobic house? That his founder is gay? That hip-hop has been perpetrating a fraud, talking that rough, rugged, and raw heterosexual-ish while taking it up the anus? My New York sources are reliable as fuck. And a good reporter never gives up his sources and connects, so don't ask me. The streets talk and have been talking about African Bambaata being gay. To some, this is old news. But for the wide world of hip-hop, this is jaw-dropping. I've had intel on Bambaata, allegedly, being gay for 3 years now. But this latest hood news of him being knifed for sucking a dude off without his consent is more than I can keep under wraps. It took some deep, conscious thought to put this blog out. But I know sooner or later, it's all going to come out. It's time for African Bambaata to step up to the plate and deliver the goods. Tell the hip-hop world that you're gay, and tell the hip-hop world to finally let go of its homophobia. For verily I say unto you, hip-hop is on the verge of a new era. On everything, I hope that I'm wrong as fuck.
So, people, as you can see, that's the first article. Though it ain't all of that, it's the very first.
Damn.
Quick, straight to the point. Argument in there is hip hop on a new era. The founding father is a homosexual and loved to commit his homosexual act with young males, making him a pederast. And at the end of the day, the so-called #1 advocate against his acts and stuff took 3 years after he asked him to kill a young man for him to come out after he was still trying to get his video out of the public eye and everything else. So you would think, you would be like, he came out in 2016. So Bambaataa asked him to kill the boy in 2016, and all this took place in 2016. No, in 2013, 3 years before he came out and told people Bambaataa molested him, he went visit Bambaataa after he got stabbed by the young man. Bambaataa asked him to kill the young man. Bambaataa gave him a picture of the young man, and he met the young man's brother. This 3 years prior to him coming out and saying, Bambaataa molested me. Why didn't he come out and say, Bambaataa asked me to kill a young man that he date raped, and he also molested me as a child. And he thought I was sick and deranged enough that I would kill a victim of the same thing I went through since I was 13 till I was such and such, whatever that was. Why wouldn't he come out and make an initial video talking about the date rape, stabbing, and alleged, which that's what it is pretty much, alleged hit put out on the boy? Why he didn't start it off like that? Why he neglect putting that out there and making what Bambaataa did to him so many years prior to that? Because he was, I believe he was 38. So he's saying from, it's supposed to stop like right before he went to jail at 18. So let's just round it up to 20, and he 38. That's for, hold on. I'm about to get crazy with the count. So we giving them 20, and we'll say 10. That's 18 years right there. And this just happened 3 years prior, and he wanted you to kill the young man that it happened to. But you don't tell us about that in the initial video. You don't talk about this. This is not the initial conversation. But you're supposed to be trying to help victims of child molestation, and you know that this dude was supposed to be raped, and that Bambaataa even wanted him to be murdered and killed. Now that's a victim if I ever heard of one. And he still ain't came out and tried to, you know, do a great job of protecting that person or this and that, or do y'all want to argue now he's protecting them because he won't tell you who he is? If he's dead, who, you know what I'm saying? Who protects a corpse? If he's alive, then he's protecting them. Well, how do we know if he's dead or alive? But you have YouTubers and a bunch of troll channels be like, well, what's his name? I don't know his name. Hassan know his name. How he look? I don't know how he look. Hassan know how he look. Where he stay? I don't know where he stay. Hassan know where he stay. Who his brother? I don't know who his brother is. Hassan know who his brother is. He the one getting the award from Star for, you know, furiously talking up for these people and doing this and that. Shit, ain't nobody giving me no award for being on here trying to uncover this shit and get an answer to that. So shit, you know, maybe if y'all blow me up, make me famous, and I get awards and shit for what I'm doing, maybe then we can find a boy. Because I will have some political clout and power to do something. But with the political clout and power that Star, Doggy Diamond, Sonetta, Tommy Sotomayor, and other people then gave Poppy, blowing them up where he getting 200,000 views on the Kanye video and shit. His political clout is up, but he's not using that to help us find out what happened to that boy that Bambaataa ordered him to kill. So people, we still trying to figure out what happened to that boy. We still keeping this conversation hot. We thank those that messing up the narrative and everything, because where confusion comes in, clarity can be had. And y'all are most definitely making shit confused, but making people want to scratch their head and ask, what happened to that boy? What happened? And this and that, and this long, positive or negatively, we get this conversation moving and stuff. And as I done said before, can y'all say international courts? International courts, baby. International criminal courts. International warrants. Because this is a crime against humanity. Not just a crime against young boys. Not just a crime against New Yorkers. A crime against humanity. Because it took place in more places than just America. And more than just Americans on American soil than had to deal with this man and his pederasty. It's been alleged that a man from the UK killed himself because he couldn't live with what Bambaataa did to him. So people, if you want clarity, you should know where to come. Come find me. You want to interview me? You can get an interview. You can get the story. I ain't gonna give you all of it. Save some things for the documentary, but I will give you the foundational stuff that you need to, pursue this thing more, give you more understanding of the distortion that other YouTubers then brought to it, so you can move on it properly. Can somebody hit them in the chat with the Facebook group? We got a Facebook group. The link should be coming up sometime or another. Asking, to please find a young man who stabbed Bambaataa. Star himself was asking this question. You will see his Twitter post of that question. Please find the man, he says, but I'm the creator of that group, and I put young man who stabbed Bambaataa up there. So I go to link to it. So people, this thing is international. It's an international crime. It's got to be internationally prosecuted, just like other issues of this nature with other people and organizations. So hey, it is what it is, people. Let's heal the world, make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race. Because there's children being molested out here. There's children being molested. And nobody's really advocating against it. Pretty soon we'll have a date and a time for a Look Rock lecture and stuff that's going to take place in Look Rock, dealing with child molestation, hip hop, blah, 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 trying to wake up the children and the people in this area, in this generation, in this era, right? Because as Amani said, at the end of the day, it's a new era, people. Pink-haired people running around. They got, rainbow fronts in their mouth. Representing the rainbow coalition of, sexual identity extremists is on the rise, all kind of stuff. People, this is not a game, man. This is not a test. This is real. But the good thing about it, It's somebody in the chat is saying basically, if Bill Cosby at 80 years old can get it, there's still time. At the end of the day, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it, and it might take a couple years of stuff to, you know, for you to get it. But hey, what's for you, I hope you get it. Whatever it is, good, bad, or ugly. If it's for you, you should get what you deserve. Good, bad, or ugly. You know why? Because it's for you. So with that said, people, I'm out. But I'm in a position to, you know, come back on again later on. So I might just come back on later on. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, if you want to catch what else we bringing over here, and you know what it is we straighten out, because confusion has went forth, and we here to stop the confusion and bring clarity.